Okay, this is the beginning of week 5 of our chickens, and what I'm showing you right now is this is our chicken coop. Actually, it's the materials for the chicken coop, but we ordered it at our local building supply store Thursday, and they had a break in their schedule and somebody canceled at the last minute, so they was able to get delivered Friday. Then of course it rained most of the weekend. We had 2.5 inches of rain last night. Thanks to our nice sandy soil, pretty much all the standing water is gone. But what I wanted to show you over here real quick is this is where the chicken coop is going. It's going to be going to the right of the tent. We moved the tent over here so I can have all of my tools. Because it's about 200 and something feet to get from where the chicken coop is to where the storage building is, and I did not want to have to spend an hour every day lugging tools back and forth to build this chicken coop. So all the tools are going to be in there right there. So I'm going to be doing separate video series on the chicken coop itself. So when I do the weekly things, I might give like a little sneak peek of the progress. But yeah, this chicken coop has to be done in under a month because it's a month and then they're gonna have to be outside because they are getting to be not happy inside because they're getting cooped up, so to speak. Okay, we're inside the room. Sherlock's on his favorite spot, which is the bench. So every time we come in here, Sherlock runs in here and gets on that bench. And then of course you got the sisters down here, and so I'm going to try to stick the camera inside of the brooder like I normally do, and hopefully they won't fly out on me. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, Andrea just came in here with some eggs, so now let the mauling begin. This happens every single time. It is absolutely hilarious. They come in here and they just absolutely love these eggs. When we bring the eggs in, they can smell them, and then they normally start going into chicken fits. So that was pretty funny. As you can see, most of their feathers are on their wings, and they are, hold on a second. Okay. Andre was having trouble there for a second, so I had to pause the video, because if we give them just a little bit of room, they're going to be up out of this brooder. But yeah, the feathers are pretty much mostly in on their back and their wings, and Andrea thinks that Easter eggers are a hybrid breed.
Yes, they are.
So she thinks that they're part Americana, which gives blue eggs, and she thinks that the other cross is Rhode Island Red because of the reddish that you see on their backs. But they are obviously, I jokingly call them the Springer Spaniel of chickens, because we have 2 Springer Spaniels, and they are about the most curious dogs I've ever had in my entire life. And so these chickens are very observant and very curious. And Andre was doing more research, and sure enough, Easter eggers are about the most curious of all chicken breeds, why they are very flighty, and they are escape artists. And these are definitely living up to that. Now, Andre's petting one right now. We took the heater out because starting in the middle of last week, they just refused to sleep under the heater and was sleeping on top of it as a roost. So we took the heater out yesterday and we built a little roost for them. So the bird brains last night, as you can see, they have no problem getting up on the roost. But then when it came to last night, they did not want to get on top of the roost in order to sleep. They wanted to be on the ground. So they were underneath the roost sleeping last night. So hopefully they'll work themselves out of it and realize that they can sleep up there. Andre is trying to pet them to get them used to human contact. So when they get older, we can actually pick them up without them freaking out too much. So they're actually not doing that bad. Right there. So, like I said, this is the beginning of week 5, so they're officially 4 weeks old. And then
the wing.
Yeah, there's the wing out. So yeah, the wings are pretty much fully have feathers on them now. Trying to show here. Let me get to the other side. Hold on a second. Okay, now I'm on the other side, and we had to put in this 45-degree top here because the chickens kept on getting on top of the feeder and water and tipping them over. And so I initially put something that was just like a little perimeter thing, but they still figured out how to get on top of the food and water. So we had to do that. And so as far as I know, that's curtailed them. Well, sort of. But the funniest thing was we used a little plastic mason jar lid that we were putting the grit in. And they would eat the grit for a little bit, and then they would just tip it over. And they wouldn't just tip it over, they would hide it inside of the bedding. So we still have another lid in here somewhere that we can't find. I mean, we'll find it eventually, but it's in there somewhere. But there's, they kept on flipping over the lid and they kept burying it. So we tried to come up with another solution, but that hasn't really worked out very well either. They go over to their dust bath area a lot. And so Andrea has some videos that she's been taking, so I was going to compile some of them and put them up. I won't attach them to this. I'll have them as a separate set of videos. But it's just them doing different things.
Including flying up there.
Yeah, including getting it on top of the brooder. They've escaped and gotten on top of the brooder a few times. But other than that, they have not gotten past the brooder. They just like getting on top of the brooder because it's high. Because chickens are like cats. They like being on the highest thing. So, but yeah, that's the chickens for this week. And as soon as we can get the coop to a point where we can actually have them out there, we're going to start transitioning them out there. So they can be in their coop. Now this is about our brooder is about a 4x4. And hold on a second. I wanted to get out of there because every time we leave that brooder open for any amount of time whatsoever, someone decides to be an escape artist. So, but as soon as we get them out there, this brooder is a 4x4. Their actual coop is going to be 6x8. So even though they'll be in the coop for a little while, like a couple of weeks or something, we're not, it's a lot bigger than this. So they'll enjoy that coop. And then when they actually can start getting into the run area, then that's where the party time will start. But yeah, that's it for the chickens this week. And I will start in on chicken coop building videos, and then we have Andrea's videos that she has, and we'll see where everything goes.
Artists.
Oh yeah, including some escape artists. So that's about it for this week.